December 9th, 2015. Call this meeting to order at 7:02. At this time, I'd like to introduce Principal Ben Faubert, who's going to introduce our student who will be leading the pledge.
Right. I'd like to introduce to you two of our students from our HOSA Club at Mountain House High School, Karishma Johnson and Sherilyn, and they'll be leading us in the pledge.
Thank you.
Ready? Salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. At this time, if everyone would please check your phones and silence them, it'd be appreciated. And also note that this meeting is being recorded. Mr. Faubert, we have a presentation at this time that you're going to present.
Yes, so Sherilyn and Karishma Johnson are here again from the HOSA Club. That's the Health Occupation Students of America. They're involved with our project Lead the Way biomedical science program. And their teacher is here tonight, Chris Olson, who works with these kids. As you know, Project Lead the Way is one of our project-based curriculums. It's an excellent program, and it's been paired with this club that allows students to go to conferences and compete as well. And this year they went to UC Davis to a pre-med conference, and they're here to present to you what they saw there. So Karishma and Cher. And there's a clicker.
Okay, so this October we went to UC Davis. Thank you. So basically what this allows us to do is the event allows you to see a forum, and they introduce you to various health occupations, and they explain admission processes. So this is primarily for college students, but for high school students, it gets you on the right track to which kinds of classes you need to take and what they look for medical school admissions. So this is allowing us the opportunity of understanding what they look for in a pre-med student's life. So it allows you to communicate with deans of admissions, admission officers, financial aid officers, faculty and staff, and explore different health professions. So you can meet with different forums on different health careers in specific, and there's various activities such as workshops, lectures, speakers, events, and such.
Okay, so what we learned is that we learned how to not only excel in the healthcare profession, but like time management is a very important deal, dedication, commitment, enthusiasm, and we also learned about financial aid opportunities in colleges. And it was very rewarding in the end because we can help patients and support the healthcare community. Also, there are course requirements. We also learned about the course requirements for medical school, how to prepare for med school and high school, so like internships, volunteer work, and research events. And also there are many jobs like pediatricians, surgeons, clinical researchers, and psychologists and Army meds.
Okay, so as a summary of events, we went to a few different workshops that I'd like to tell you about. So we went to pediatrics, and they basically had two people at the front of a room, and it was like a small event, and there were around 20 to 30 people in the room, and you could ask them questions. But first, they told you sort of what they do, what their day-to-day life looks like. So they talked about their experiences in med school, how they had very long days and nights and learning about stuff, and then also the pros and cons of their jobs, essentially. We had some students who went to see a pediatric heart surgeon, and they sort of told them about the same sort of things, the difficulties they had in talking to the patients and their family in addition, and dealing with like when things go wrong, essentially. And there were also specifically events and workshops geared toward high schoolers, so what you should do in preparation for medical school. And so that was mainly time management, how to preview your daily life in medical school, like you would have so many classes you would take in a semester, this is how many courses, and it takes up this much time essentially, and you should figure out a way that works best for you to, excel in all of your classes. And then she also very briefly went over the skills and requirements you had to meet. And they also had this college fair where you could go and meet representatives from various colleges, and they would essentially tell you, these are the processes to get in. This is what what opportunities they offer, like majors and different events they host, etc. And then they also had an event for psychiatry versus psychology and explains the difference between the levels of education and the kinds of things they learn. And that is it. We would also like to put in like a budget request for next year. So this year we could only take around 10 students, and we would like to be able to take more next year. We only had 2 district bands, so that limited us. We had 2 representatives, but we would hope to take more next year.
Great.
Thank you.
Any questions? Any questions from the board? You have a question?
No. Thank you very much.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thanks for the presentation, appreciate it. And at this time, we're going to modify the agenda. I'm going to pull item G1 from consent. Is that right? G1, which is acceptance of donation, Sutter Tracy Community Hospital for CPR and first aid training for LUSD employees, $9,000. And we're going to move that to a presentation now, and our superintendent has a report.
Is anybody here from Sutter Hospital, Community Hospital? Could you come forward? A $9,000 generous offer as help train our teachers and make our kids and our community more safe with CPR training and some first aid support. So we wanted to give you a certificate of appreciation for that generosity and the ability for us to, in case of emergency, have people prepared to deal with it.
Wait, Kirk, stay there.
Picture.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Trying to keep them going. Okay, roll call.
Matthew Balzerini.
Here.
Colin Clements.
Here.
Sharon Lampel.
Here.
Shane Nielsen.
Here.
David Pombo.
Here.
Samantha DeTiberis.
Here.
Okay, I can't believe a year's gone by already.
Jeez.
This is our annual reorganization of the governing board officers. At this time, we will call for nominations for board president.
I would like to nominate Mr. Balzerini to continue as president.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
I will nominate Shane Nielsen for president. Is there a second?
I'm unclear on the procedure when 2 people are nominated.
Okay.
Well, just in case there isn't unanimous, or there isn't a majority vote for the first nomination, then it would go to the second nomination.
Second.
Second is just an opportunity to
Are there any further nominations? Hearing none. At this time, we'll, for Balzerini's board president, all in favor?
Aye.
Just a roll call.
Yeah. How about a roll call?
Matthew Balzerini.
Aye.
Colin Clements.
Aye.
Sharon Lampel.
Aye.
Shane Nielsen.
Aye.
David Pombo.
Aye.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
Are you sure?
Okay, nominations for board clerk at this time.
I'll nominate Shane.
I will second. We can do it on another next one.
Okay.
Second nomination. We're going to make another nomination. I seconded that, by the way.
Okay.
So, do you want to make another nomination?
Yes, I'll nominate Mr. Pombo.
Is there a second for that?
Second.
Any further nominations? Okay, so for Shane Nielsen for board clerk, can we have a roll call?
Matthew Balzerini.
Aye.
Colin Clements.
Aye.
Sharon Lampel.
Aye.
Shane Nielsen.
Aye.
David Pombo.
Aye. That's okay. I don't take it personal.
Vote your conscience.
Okay, so, and now we have the nomination for the representative to the county committee that is currently non-existent, that needs to come back from the dead.
I'm going to nominate Matt Balzerini to represent us for the county committee for district representation.
And we're going to, in the past, we've had a second. We've provided two. Are you interested in doing it again?
Sure.
Usually, Mr. Pombo does it with this.
You want to nominate him too?
So,
So we need 2 seconds, right?
I'm sorry. So we'll need a second for that, yes.
Second.
Sorry. And for the second position of Mr. Pombo, I nominate Mr. Pombo.
I'll second.
Okay, so all in favor of myself for the first?
Aye.
Aye.
And for Mr. Pombo as the second?
Aye.
That's easy. And item D is consider approval of appointing Dr. Kirk Nicholas as Secretary of the Board.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So, would you gentlemen like to switch seats? You should. Yeah, take the names.
Just in case you forget.
Thank you, sir.
Folks by the door, we got to have you come on in. There's seating up front still, but you can't block the door. It's fire exit.
Do the dance. Okay.
Yes.
Everyone that's standing back by the doorway, that whole area has to be clear, please. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chairs up front.
Oh, you wanted it like that. It's her A-type personality taking over.
Okay, public comments.
Someone else brought it up. All right, moving on. Approval and/or corrections to the agenda?
There's one, we're going to pull action item G2, which is a special ed instructional aid job description, and bring it back at the next board meeting.
In addition to moving the gift up. Also, I'll move we approve the agenda as amended with those 2 changes.
Second.
I'm sorry, where exactly is that on the agenda again?
Action item
Oh,
G2.
action item, okay, I'm sorry.
G2, it's not, that's
G,
not
it's
a
just
job description.
Just G.
G, I'm sorry. There are 2 job descriptions within G. It's the second one.
Oh, okay.
I see it there.
Under.
That's what I
yeah.
just did too.
Yeah.
I was looking at consent, okay. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay,
There was a
got it.
motion?
I moved.
Okay.
With the amendments. And Colin seconded, right?
First and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Receiving a public comment. We have several.
Some are on agenda items, then.
Ryan Puryear.
Hello?
And for those of you that aren't aware, you're given 3 minutes to speak, and usually this is something that's not on the agenda.
So it's
Has to
2:58.
be something that's not on the
It's all
agenda.
right, I'll be short. So I'm here tonight because everyone I think that's here is aware of the issue with our teachers and the compensation that they're asking for, which I think almost everybody in the room feels is fair. I think if you guys really sit and think about it, you'll think it's fair. When I moved here in 2010 and people asked me what it was about Mountain House that I liked about living here, and it was the schools. That was the number one thing that came to mind, was the school system. And I've watched for 5 years now as The school that my kids go to has degraded, and it's degraded because quality teachers continue to leave us. So I'm asking each of you to really think about what's in your power to do to support these teachers. We need them here. And if there's something you can do in your power, and I'll ask the question, is it within your power that you can support what these teachers are asking for? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Purrier.
Thank you.
Devin Vallon.
My name is Devin Vallon. I am reading a letter from my aunt, who is a homeowner here in Mountain House. I've asked my niece, Devin Vallon, a teacher at Bethany Elementary School. Sorry, I'm going to start crying. To present my comments to you for your consideration at tonight's board meeting. I have three primary reasons for my uninstating support of the teacher's position regarding salary and benefits in their current prolonged negotiations. They are as follows. Number one, I have two granddaughters who attended Bethany School, who enjoyed learning there, and with the help and guidance of their teachers, progressed significantly in their education. They previously attended school in Castro Valley, where the teacher's salary is roughly $7,000 more per year. The proof of the dramatic growth of my grandchildren came not only with the scores of exceed standards they both attained in the latest state testing cycle, but also with the eagerness they both displayed about going to school daily and participating in the activities offered. No child shows such enthusiasm for school without their teachers providing a stimulating and supportive environment for which to learn. I am very grateful for the hard work that was required to provide that environment. As a homeowner in Mountain House, I have reviewed my property tax bill and find that the special assessments levied for the support of the new community of Mountain House doubles the base tax rate. Do not complain about the additional tax burden as long as the use of those funds go to the proper priorities, and I can easily determine that use through transparent reporting. I am assuming that your board finds education of the children residing in this district to be among the highest of priorities. But when funds allocated to the school system are directed more towards capital project and teacher retention, I am concerned. Building track fields don't teach children. Teachers teach children. How many teachers will need to be replaced in 10 years if this continues? This is my 2 cents. This is my This is my 9th year teaching at Bethany, and I absolutely love my students, their families, and my amazing colleagues. I love coming to work and teaching my babies, as I call them. However, my own baby is due in April, and though it would devastate me to leave, at this point it doesn't look as though I can afford to stay. I need reasonable benefits and a paycheck that leaves me with more than $400 after rent. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
I do have to make a quick comment based on that, though, that construction money and teacher salary money do come from two completely separate pots, and we cannot interchange them, just for clarification. Robin Stromberg. Robin Stromberg. Okay, this is your opportunity to speak now, so you can take it or leave it. Got a lot of cards and a long agenda. I can't. Rebecca Mavis. We do.
to, that's why I asked.
Oh, really? I didn't think
Yeah, we have 20 minutes per item, but
not on the general public comment. You can.
go ahead.
Good evening. I'm here tonight to ask you to put students first in all your decisions, because if you don't put students first, you put teachers last. Throughout the negotiation process, which has now lasted more than 6 months, Lammersville Unified School District teachers have remained hopeful that a fair and respectful settlement would be reached. A settlement recognizing the important role of teachers in the success of Lammersville students. A settlement making students and therefore teachers a priority. Because this has not happened, teachers feel devalued and discouraged and have lost confidence in you. We had hoped our employer would understand the strain of additional monthly health care costs, but the district has not budged from its offer of 3%, and that simply will not cover our increasing out-of-pocket contribution. That means teachers will continue to bring home less money year after year. Dr. Nicholas, your contract ensures that after 5 years of service with LUSD, you and your wife will continue to receive fully paid benefits until age 65. The message you send is your health benefits are more important than the benefits teachers receive. Budgets are based on priorities, and according to the current LUSD budget, teachers are not a priority. Our district has seen a 20% increase in funding as a result of the new state funding system. The Local Control Funding Formula, LCFF, calls for new monies to be spent in the classroom. LUSD can afford to make teachers a priority by reallocating funds. The Lammersville teachers, in good faith, thought you would do so. Instead, you have chosen to add new district-level positions, including 2 additional jobs to the curriculum department, and increase the director of maintenance salary by almost 9%. A 1% raise for teachers would cost the district less than $95,000. The salary and benefits of the 2 new curriculum positions equates to nearly a 2% raise for teachers. That money could have easily been allocated for the teachers. The message you send is teachers and therefore students are not a priority. Just as Ebenezer Scrooge changed his miserly ways, there is time for you to restore our confidence and prove you do in fact value your teachers. Your actions, Dr. Nicholas, communicate your priorities and affect the lives of your dedicated teachers. Each link on this chain represents how your actions have negatively impacted the teachers who care so much about Lammersville students. Let this chain be a reminder of the people whose lives you impact every day. With the December 17th pre-fact-finding meeting soon approaching, there is still time to create a happy ending to this tale. We are hopeful you will settle our contract fairly and respectfully before the holidays. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you for your comments. Andrea Ballou.
Good evening. I'm a parent of 3 children at Wickland Elementary School, and over the past several years, we have watched the school district decline. When we moved here based solely on the schools. I'd never stepped foot in Mountain House. I didn't even know where it was. With the decline of the district, there's a decline in curriculum. There's a huge lack of administrative support for all of the teachers, and the teachers have fear of retaliation to speak up. This makes for poor working conditions, and the icing on the cake is now that we expect the teachers to stay working in our district with inadequate compensation. The teachers are what run this district, and they are what we should be investing in. Instead, we have this revolving door of teachers in and out of the district. What is the incentive for them to stay? If the teachers are not made a priority, how can I send my child to school at ease, knowing his and her education is not a priority to the district? It's looking like it might be time to move my family elsewhere if this trend continues.
for your comments. Lacey Asami?
Thank you very much, Ms. Blue.
Good evening. This is probably going to be long, and I wrote it because this is my first time doing this. So my name's Lacey Sami. I'm a parent of 3 kids who attend Lammersville Elementary. I'm an LSF member, president this year, as a matter of fact, substitute teacher in the district, okay? Lammersville Elementary School is my second home. It's my kid's second home. I stand here to tell you that in all confidence that we are happy to stay out of the drama at Lammersville Elementary School. That's why you never see us or hear about us. We like it that way. We're as tight-knit of a community as there is out there right now and previously. Our school was and still is Tracy's best kept secret. It is. When we have to step out of our comfort zone to make things happen, it means there's a problem. Recently, we've dealt with some difficult changes at our school, including the hardest tragedy of all, the passing of an amazing teacher due to cancer in the middle of the school year. The students really suffered, and as we can all imagine, it was just horrible. Last year, 2 of our teachers retired after being in our school for over 30 years. That was extremely difficult because several of us had those same teachers as children ourselves. So I know for a fact that one of those teachers would not have retired if she hadn't felt the stress and pressure from the district to make so many changes on top of being the best teacher she could be. I'm aware that 1/3 of our teachers at our site alone are actively looking for jobs outside the district. This is absolutely no reflection on our principal. He's amazing. We love him, Mr. Kevin Seamus. I have to be honest, I haven't been able to follow all this drama to my best ability, but I'm also busy raising 3 kids. I do know this. These teachers are also raising our kids. They are extremely valuable on a daily basis. I think to myself, how do they do this? On top of the lesson planning with the brand new curriculum, new testing methods, all this new stuff that's happening, they have a very low spending budget. Is $350 a year really sufficient? You'd be a fool to think that they're not spending out of pocket hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a year, okay? My point is, how can they possibly be doing their best when they're pressured to be constantly adapting now, fighting for a fair contract? Are they seriously not worthy of a raise? 2 to 3% is not enough to offset the increase in cost of health benefits and growing cost of living. Why are you not budgeting for teachers? But you, of course, I know I heard this response already, but set aside the $1.2 million for the track. That's going to be an issue. That's going to keep coming up for the track. And why are you presenting and offering such pretty packages and wages to bring in many new people at the district level, yet you're crying poor and not putting any effort into keeping our teachers here? Okay. Do you want to continue to lose the good teachers? I refuse to lose any more of our teachers without a fight at Lammersville. I literally it broke my heart to hear that my son wouldn't have the teacher he was supposed to have this year because she retired early. And if we lose any more due to this low morale, it will be a clear indicator of the failure of the district. Do you want to keep your reputation of this amazing, high-performing district? If so, you need to start thinking about retaining and attracting highly qualified teachers. Stop asking more and more of them without compensation.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you, Ms. Asami.
Eric Asami?
Hello, I'm Eric Asami, and I'm a parent of 3 students at Lammersville Elementary School. I'm also a 24-year veteran teacher at the same school in the Tracy Unified School District. I want you to know that as a parent, I appreciate all the dedication and hard work of the teachers in the Lammersville Unified School District. Your teachers are key to your district's high CAASPP scores, with over 50% of the district meeting or exceeding the standards in language arts, and nearly 50% meeting or exceeding the standards in mathematics. Retaining good teachers is the key to maintaining a successful school district. It's very hard to retain good teachers when the school district is not competitive on the salary schedule. My school district, which is less than 7 miles away, pays its starting teachers $6,000 more per year, and the veteran teachers make more than $9,000 per year. Why would I, if I was a teacher in this district, where I'm unappreciated salary-wise, why would I want to stay? When just down the road, I can make more. Or just down the 120 freeway in Manteca, a Lammersville starting teacher could make $8,000 more per year, or a veteran teacher could make $16,000 more per year. I've also seen that you have a chemistry teacher opening in the Mountain House High that hasn't been filled for over a month and a half. Yet yes, there is a teacher shortage, but it's hard to attract teachers when the pay isn't there. Tracy just gave the teachers a 7.5% increase on the salary schedule for this school year, thanks to increased state budget projections. I believe if the Lammersville Unified School District wants to continue to be successful and a top-performing school district in the county, it needs to be competitive with the surrounding school districts on the salary schedule. Okay, thank you.
You have something to add?
I was just going to say thank you, Mr. Asami.
Thank you. Thank you for your comments. Deborah Knapp?
Good evening. My name is Debbie Knapp. My husband and I have 4 children ranging in age from 7 to 15. My husband and I value education very greatly. I have 2 bachelor's degrees and a master's degree from the University of Illinois. My husband has a bachelor's degree in engineering also from the University of Illinois. We are committed to providing our children with the best possible education. To that end, we decided to live in Mountain House for the sole reason of the schools that are here. I am here tonight because I am very concerned about our teachers' contracts and the effects that it is going to have on my students' education. And although our family has only been here since February of this year, we have experienced firsthand the dedication and excellence of the teachers here. Our 4 children are all adopted out of foster care and come with a variety of special needs. These needs make them very challenging in the school environment. My children's teachers have worked tirelessly to accommodate their needs. And while I can give you numerous examples of that, my time here is short. So I'd just like to say that without a doubt, your teachers here are truly extraordinary. They are your district's best assets and should be treated as such. And to continue this district's commitment to the excellence in education, which I believe you have displayed in your goals as they were laid out in the strategic plan, you need these high-quality teachers. You need them. And I stand before you tonight to ask you to please find a way to pay them what they deserve. I know budgets. I have an MBA. I understand how all that works. And I also understand where there's a will, there's a way. There's a way to do something more than what we have done. I challenge you. Show them they're valuable. Prove it to them. Do it for us. Do it for my kids, for my 4 precious kids. Please, I beg you. And I tell you, if you keep losing your teachers, your strategic plan will never be achieved. And it won't be anything but a great idea that I hoped for, that I came here for, that I wanted for my kids.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
Tammy Hurst, I'm confused. Do you want public comment or do you want item E? Okay.
Good evening. My name is Tammy Hurst. I teach 3rd grade at Altamont Elementary. I am a seasoned teacher. I've been with the district for 13 years, and I've been through all of its growing pains. It was brought to my attention tonight that on the agenda, action item E is up for consideration. It was brought to my attention that this position is going to be possibly getting the 9% increase. I would like to ask the board to justify why they think one position, a director's position, is worth more than a teacher. I am asking for the same consideration of the 9%. I have dedicated my life to this district. I have been involved in numerous committees. I have been a part of all of its growing programs. I have participated with my voice, I have participated with my energy, and I have participated with my time and my knowledge. And I'm asking you to consider the same for your teachers as you would for the director of maintenance. Thank you.
Before we move on, Dr. Nicholas, just for clarification, I've heard some information I believe is not correct. The reference to 3%, the current offer on the table is?
The current offer on the table is 3% in this school year on the salary schedule, and an additional 0.5, which is the equivalent of $600 to the health benefits cap, and a 4% increase in next school year. The total package is 7.5%.
7.5%. Thank you.
Folks,
please. Yeah, that's we're going to keep order in this meeting, or you will have to leave.
yes.
Yes, it is. I've been doing this a little while. Kristen Ward.
Stay professional. That was crazy.
Okay, good evening. My name is Kristen Ward, and my family is new here to Mountain House. We moved here over the summer, finding Mountain House to be almost too good to be true combination of great schools and a home we can afford. Great schools being our top priority. My husband and I made the commitment to ensure our son gets the best education he can, something that every student deserves. Since we've moved here, I've attended as many board meetings as I can. I've listened, I've asked questions. I've worked to gain an understanding of how the system works, and I have two concerns. My first concern is about curriculum. I still want to know where we are in getting an established curriculum in place so our students have the best opportunity for success. Our teachers need this as the backbone of what they are teaching our kids. Second, our teachers' salary and contract negotiations have become very concerning. As a district, we must offer competitive wages to attract amazing teachers and, more importantly, to retain the amazing teachers we already have. Low teacher morale is not the issue here. It is a symptom of a much bigger problem. And at the root of that problem is that we must show our teachers that their hard work and dedication to our children is appreciated. This starts by paying them fair wages. I'm sure that you are all in these positions because you know you want to make a difference in our education system, because you know the importance of a quality education and what it can do to shape the future of our children's lives. We are all in this together, our teachers, our parents, our board, and our administration. Please support our students by supporting our teachers. Settle the contract negotiations with a quality salary that puts them where they already are in our children's eyes first. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Nicole Weaver.
Thank you, Ms. Ward.
Good evening. I'm just going to make it really simple. I have a kindergarten at Wickland. I have lived here for 12, 13 years, whatever, 2003. And when we moved here, we didn't have children. And when my son was ready to start school, I was concerned of hearing all the problems in the district, but we are moving forward with that. And I'm here to support the teachers because I think it's very important, and I think that you guys should try to do as best as you can to do a fair contract for them. I think it's very important. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you,
Angela
Ms. Weaver.
Sainz. Angela Sainz. Sainz. Sorry.
Good evening. My name is Angela Sainz, and this is my son, Christian. I am a teacher at Wickland, and I'm here to ask that we put a stop to the back and forth, us against them mentality that I keep seeing going on. We need to be working together, not against each other. I've worked in the district for about 6 years now, and when I first came, it was so welcoming, and I felt so wonderful, and okay, baby. Superintendent would come into the lunchroom, and people would come by from the district office and warm up their coffee, and it was great conversation. It was a different home, and it's not like that anymore. We deserve your respect and your attention. Things don't have to be the way they are getting. It seems every time I see a teacher speak up, like on Facebook or even here, even tonight, any comment that's being made, someone has to come back with a comment. Well, let me set you straight. As if we're playing like the who's against or who gets the last word. I never felt that before. I've worked in a district twice the size as LUSD, and I didn't feel that. I felt I was respected. Even previously here, I felt I was respected as the professional that I am. At the last board meeting, I watched when the teachers came in. I watched the superintendent smiling and smirking, and it hurt. We're not a joke. And it's shameful that we're being made to feel that way. And now seeing the inequality amongst the benefit packages, I completely understand why Dr. Nicholas was laughing at us. You're enjoying fully paid benefits while I had to take a second job to pay for mine this year. I'm here to ask that we just come together to reach an equitable and fair contract. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Lynette Hapgood.
Thank you, Ms. Sains.
Sorry, we have a timer tonight.
I'm sorry?
There's a timer tonight.
There is a timer. Oh, no, there's a timer. Okay, I can work with it. I'm ready when you are. Good evening, board. As always, esteemed members, I appreciate your time. I appreciate everybody's time, obviously. Thank you for letting me speak. Whether or not you had a choice, we all know you didn't have a choice, right? So I'll just talk anyway. So I know everybody tonight is talking about dollars and cents. So I see this differently. You know I see this differently. I'm not looking at cents as C-E-N-T-S. I'm looking at it as S-E-N-S-E. So I don't see a lot of sense out here. It's not making sense to me. This isn't making sense. I know you guys are working hard. I know there's closed sessions, there's negotiations, things that I'm not privy to. We've been trusting that things have been moving in the proper direction because you have children in these schools. I have children in these schools. Our teachers have children in these schools. Some of them are my children's best friends. And I'd like it to stay that way. I'd like to be able to say that my son plays with Caleb Busatil and that they work on science projects together and that his PE teacher is Mr. Busatil. And I like walking on campus and waving at people and having them know me. And I like that sense of community, and I like that ownership. And I don't know how I can help. I don't know how you're trying to help. I don't know how the teachers are trying to help. But once again, this doesn't look like it's working out. I think we can at least all agree on that. I don't feel like it's working out. And I'm not even talking about Facebook. You all look very heavy tonight. There's a weight over there. There's a weight over here. There are signs. We talk about morale. I don't care about morale. There are tears here tonight. And Shane, when you did your coffee, what was the first thing that was just amazingly difficult to get past? It was a teacher 5 feet from you crying saying, I want to do a good job. I want you to let me do a good job. And it morphed from Common Core, help me do a good job, to help me do a good job and pay me to do a good job. So I feel like this conversation is growing in intensity. It's growing in severity. And it's obviously growing to the point where either we're trying to put a lid on it or we're trying to ignore something that we can't ignore any longer. So my additional concern are the words that I see out here. They don't sound like there's trust, there's hiding. That doesn't sound like a teacher who thinks that there is an impasse that we can overcome together, that there are words, that there is work that we can do. So that's what's more disturbing to me tonight. We have tears and we have mistrust, and I think it's on both sides. So once again, as parents, as taxpayers, we care about all these things. These are my schools, these are my teachers, you're my board. I take ownership of all of that. If I can do something for you, please. If they can do something for you, I think they're trying. If you guys can do something together, please, let's make sense of it. Please. The S one, not the C one, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Lynette.
Thank you for your comments. For the board, I'm asking for consensus to break practice in allowing public speakers to have one opportunity to speak. It's up to the board.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
We had a public speaker that submitted a card, had their opportunity to speak, passed on it, and submitted another card. Let her speak. Hold on a second. This board has bylaws that we must follow. The rule is when you have your opportunity to speak, that's when you have your opportunity to speak. If you would like to speak additionally, you have to have board consensus. We have rules that we must follow.
You talk to us with respect, though, too, please. Thank you.
I don't appreciate the sighing.
I don't
Okay.
have a sign. I would just appreciate it if you addressed
The issue here is that this can't be a back and forth, and when people from the audience are interrupting, when we're trying to deliberate to actually give the young lady or the woman an opportunity to speak, which was what his request was to allow us to break our rules, which says she can't speak, and allow her to speak. I get that,
But
but
now we're
there can't be an
engaging-
interruption, and that's the point.
Mr.
If
Nielsen?
you want respect on our side, we're asking that the process be respected as well.
I am going to suggest that we allow the break in protocol and allow the speaker to speak a second time.
I'll second that. I agree.
It
Robert
could have
Stromberg.
been that simple from the beginning.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I simply wanted to defer so that I could speak after Rebecca because my comments were pertinent to hers. So thank you for that. The chain you received had over 100 links from teachers at every school site. Here is what some of them said. The actions of the district are taking teachers' energy and focus away from serving the kids. Huge disconnect between district and teachers. I am an adult in my 30s that can barely pay my bills, electricity, water, food. I have missed several student loan payments because having a roof over my head seems more important. This is with a second part-time job. My rent has increased by $600 and my paycheck has decreased. I love my school and would hate to leave, but I need to be able to provide for my family. Help! I don't want to live with my mom anymore. I have had to take another job to support my family. My husband had lost his job due to health reasons. I could not pay the mortgage. We had to move and now live in a trailer park. I am making less money due to increased health insurance costs. Each year, I make less than I did before. I've been with LUSD for 9 years. I now work 3 extra jobs on top of my teaching job to cover extra health care costs. Lack of trust that I, as a teacher, do not know how to deliver instruction without being told what to do. I work 10 to 12 hours a day due to all the new initiatives. There is not enough time for teachers to do their jobs, too much time being eaten up by meetings and district expectations. I want my Fridays back. I am tired of being treated like I'm incapable of managing my own collaboration time. I'm a 4th-year teacher, fully credentialed teacher. A 3% raise comes out to $110 per month. After taxes, retirement, etc., it's $75 and change. The administrators get full health benefits, and I'm paying over $600 a month. My take-home pay is $300 less due to increased health care. I will be asking for a letter of recommendation and will be regularly checking EdJoin. I'm looking at other districts. Districts closer to my home pay more. I have already gotten letters of recommendation. I check EdJoin regularly and will have to leave this district after being here 9 years. I am seeking employment outside of the district. I am contemplating asking for letters of recommendation, and I have done some research on neighboring districts. Not having a signed, respectful contract is lowering morale, and this is affecting work and eventually scores. Why should I work hard for less money? I have developed an eye twitch due to job-related stress. And in summary, all we want is something fair, more respect for teachers. I want to love work again. Thank you very much.
That's all the cards.
Thank you.
Does the board have any
Thank you
comments?
very much for your comments.
Thank you all for your comments. I agree with you. I do. This is a result of a governor that has changed priorities and LCFF. This is simple math. If you look, we've looked at every way we can. If you look at the math, if we gave this raise that the teachers are requesting, we would be in state takeover this year. So,
Can we please show some respect? You guys weren't interrupted when you were speaking from the podium.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said the last one. What did you say?
I said that if we gave the raise that the teachers are requesting, we would be in state takeover this year. We simply can't afford that kind of raise. I feel confident that this board has approved the superintendent to give the raise that we can afford. We've had the numbers analyzed, we've looked at it. Three of us just got back from a week-long conference in San Diego where this was in discussion. I can tell you from our region, which is 6 counties, that there's a lot of districts that are also in the same position that we're in. With the local control funding formula, we just don't get the money that other districts do, our neighboring districts. There's 3 categories that you get additional funds. We don't get them. So I'll go ahead and take a break while everyone walks out.
We just got back from San Diego.